Christ.
Alleluia, 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 alleluia. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Joan. There was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the wedding. When the wine ran short, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, how does your concern affect me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servers, "Do whatever he tells you." Now there were 6 stone water jars there for Jewish ceremonial washings, each holding 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus told them, "Fill the jars with water." So they filled them to the brim. Then he told them, "Draw some out now and take it to the head waiter." So they took it. And when the head waiter tasted the water that had become wine, without knowing where it came from, although the servers who had drawn the water knew, the head waiter called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves good wine first, and then when people have drunk freely, an inferior one. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this as the beginning of his signs at Cana in Galilee, and so revealed his glory, and his disciples began to believe in him. The Gospel of the Lord. I want you to think back at the last big wedding you went to. You know, not one of these small gatherings, but, 150, 200 people. It may have been here at St. Joan of Arc, another venue. But after the ceremony was finished, you go to the reception, and you're talking with everybody, and you're trying to get up to the bar to get a drink, and you're waiting for the bride and the groom to come in the wedding party. And you're talking, and you're laughing. And then they come, and of course, we're all familiar with modern wedding traditions where there's the entry of the bridal party, and then there's the dancing of the bride and the groom, and the dance with the bride's father. There is the cutting of the cake, and you're watching that, the serving of the meal, and you're eating that. There's, of course, the chicken dance comes in there somewhere, But if you're honest, ask yourself this question. How many of you really take notice of the waiters and the waitresses at a big wedding? There's always going to be one person who says, "My chicken's overcooked," or, I asked for a gluten-free meal. But most of us are just going to be watching what's going on at the wedding. And most likely, we don't even pay attention to the waitstaff. They're in the kitchen, they're in the staging area, and they come out, they bring our food, they bus our tables, and we really don't even give them a moment's notice. Well, in that wedding 2,000 years ago in Cana, it's a shame that the people of the wedding party weren't watching the waitstaff, because it was the waiters, it was the servers who saw that very first miracle of Jesus. Jesus takes this water and he makes it into the choicest wine. And we're told in the gospel that not even the head waiter knew where it came from, but only those who were servers. There's a great chance that in our lives, we can go through life in such a way and we never notice the miracles all around us. There are miracles happening every day. The very fact that we exist, to me, is one of the great miracles. Why are we here? How is it possible that I'm here in this time and in this place? if it's not from God. You know, the miracle of life, the breath we take, the miracle of birth, the miracle of living in this world, the miracle of people even being reconciled to one another. You know, do you ever see that? People who haven't spoken to each other for years and years, and all of a sudden they say, you know, I need to give my sister a call. To me, that's a miracle. That is God's grace working in our lives. And I think we can go through life, and this world is crazy, you know, and think about your coming week, how busy it's going to be. And ask yourself, do I stop and do I see the miracles all around me? Do I see God working in my life, the life of my family, and the world around us? I think that we Christians have a special role to play in the world, that we cannot go through life like we're just doing the chicken dance, you know, running around like chickens with our heads cut off. But we have to stop and to smell the roses. We have to stop and make sure that our spiritual lives are being well taken care of. We have to stop each day and spend moments in silence and prayer, and very simply open our eyes and our ears and our hearts to the miracles all around us. If we did that, our lives would be changed. You notice in that gospel that the ones who recognized the miracles were those who were servers. They had a servant's heart. You know, if your life is only about yourself, if your life is only this mad dash through the years, making money and building houses, and all those things are good and important, but if we are completely focused only on ourselves, our own wants, our own needs, our own pleasures, we'll never be able to see miracles around us. You see, we have to be men and women for others. We have to have a servant's heart. And then we'll begin to recognize how God is working in our world. When we are the ones who try to be reconcilers, then we'll see the miracle of two sisters beginning to talk to one another after many years. We will begin to recognize that every child that comes into this world is a great and beautiful miracle, a gift from God. You know, every once in a while in the church, I see a miracle too. I usually have to be here for a number of years, but every once in a while, and this is true, and you're going to laugh at this, but every once in a while, I will be watching, usually a man, who for 10 years hasn't picked up the hymnal. And then all of a sudden, he picks it up and he starts to sing. That's a miracle. But there's miracles all around us. How many of us are going through life doing the chicken dance? You know, it's all about this, moving, shaking. I'm not going to do the chicken dance for you. But very simply, we are like chickens with our heads cut off sometimes. You know, we don't even stop to breathe sometimes. We get the ulcers and the heart attacks, and because life is just one mad dash, and we never stop to realize that there are miracles all around us. May we open our eyes and our ears and our hearts, the hearts of a servant. And may we recognize that God is present in this world of ours. God is present in our families. God is present in our lives. May we open ourselves and see and believe that there are miracles all around us.